Human resources are the people in organizations, and people are the creators, the sustainers, and the destroyers of value. So it's important that you understand how people contribute and how you can get the best out of people. And that's what an area of focus in human resource management is going to do. And it's also going to help you build your career, because whether you're an HR professional or a manager in finance or accounting or operations, you're going to need to know how to get the best out of people. At this time, we have 9 electives. 6 of them are extensions of what you learned in an introductory course of human resource management. So we extend and tell you more about recruitment and selection, hiring of people. We extend and tell you more about training of people and career development. We have a course in health and safety, so you can make sure people go home well at the end of the day. We talk about compensation, pay and benefits in another course. And we also have a course in collective bargaining, because a lot of organizations have a unionized environment. In addition to those basic HR courses, we also offer 2 leadership courses. Leadership development, which is a look at you as a leader, a lot of self-assessment and coaching. And then we also offer principles of leadership, which is about the models, the frameworks, best practices, how are leaders successful, and all of those kinds of things. And then the newest course that we have as an elective is called social entrepreneurship. So a social entrepreneurship organization is kind of halfway between a business for-profit organization and a nonprofit organization. They exist to solve a big problem in the world, but they run more like a business organization. And lots of great examples such as Tom Shoes, yoga, education for girls, all kinds of things like that are social entrepreneurial organizations. All we want you to be able to do when you take an HR course is to be able to take that knowledge and apply it in the world of work. There's a whole lot of very lazy HR going on out there, people doing things on gut feel. No, there are scientifically bound, scientifically grounded best practices. So you'll come away knowing why should you choose this method in this particular situation, and maybe you should use this method in a different situation. Why should you do interviews like this? How should you develop training programs? How can you split up a compensation budget between pay and benefits, and then factor in other factors that might be coming into play to attract the best people to the organization? One of the key skills that you will acquire and that we're working on very hard is data analytics. Data analytics absolutely essential to most functions in an organization, but definitely to human resource management. We need to know when we design a training program, when we change the way we're hiring, what is the financial impact to the organization? What's the retention of people to the organization? Or what are all those other metrics that get affected? So you don't go into HR just because you like people. You go into HR because you can show that you're making a difference because of the evidence-based practices that you're using. There are a number of things you can do outside of courses to increase your knowledge of HR and also to make some valuable connections. One of those is the JDCC case competition. There's an HR team every year, and every year we've done better and better. So we're still looking for the winning team, so you might want to come out for that. There are other case competitions that occasionally feature HR. There's also a case competition on organizational behavior, which often ties into leadership as well. So don't just think that case competitions are for the marketing people. There's certainly opportunities in HR. Again, you'll meet lots of people. You do a little bit of volunteering for them. They will be eternally grateful. And in return, you will get all kinds of coaching. You'll get interest. People in HR love to help develop people in HR. So consider adding those to your portfolio. The students who do the best and get the most out of these courses are people who are willing to challenge the status quo, whether that's the status quo in terms of organizational philosophies, practices, procedures, or whether it's themselves on personal growth to become a better leader, to become a better manager, to understand that we need to change, we need to adapt to survive, and to be able to do that. There are also people who know there isn't one right answer to every situation, and that it's always very situationally specific. And so you can't just follow a routine. So we need people who are comfortable with that. And so the people who will excel, who will really enjoy this in courses and then in a career, are those kinds of people who want to change what's going on for the better. The relevant designation for people at your level coming out of a university education is the CPHR, Chartered Professional in Human Resources. And the way you get that designation, which is awarded by the HRPA, Human Resource Professionals Association, is to write a knowledge exam and then to have a certain amount of work experience. Now, if you don't take courses, then you have to take those courses by yourself, and you have to buy the materials for those courses by yourself once you have graduated. So what we do is we have an agreement with the HRPA that they will accept the coursework that you've done in these HR elective courses.